In the dark of night, someone strikes a match and tosses it at a house. Flames spread rapidly as a baby's cry echoes inside. The scene shifts to Caitlin, a real estate lawyer in Los Angeles, handling a pro bono case for Polly, a former nanny whose landlord raised her rent due to inflation. Caitlin reassures Polly she'll manage the situation. Curious, Polly asks why Caitlin is still working while pregnant, and Caitlin just smiles. After their meeting, Caitlin drives off and goes into labor during a call with a colleague. She soon gives birth to her daughter Josie. Later, Caitlin's older daughter Emma wonders why animals in video games aren't real. Caitlin admits she doesn't know, while moving Josie to her car seat. Suddenly, the stroller rolls into the street and is struck by a car. Caitlin scolds the driver to be more careful since kids are present, but the woman angrily calls her foolish. Caitlin's husband, Miguel, comes outside and she explains what happened with the stroller, suggesting a stop sign for their street. Miguel dismisses the idea, saying people don't stop in LA. Later at the farmer's market, Caitlin sees Polly and checks on her rent situation. Polly's landlord hasn't budged, but she's coping. When Miguel arrives, Caitlin introduces him. Emma interrupts, wanting to go. Polly offers to babysit, mentioning her nanny experience, and Caitlin is grateful, planning to check with Miguel before hiring her and asking for Polly's number. That night, Caitlin calls Polly's reference, Rosanna, who praises Polly's kindness and natural ability with kids. Reassured, Caitlin hires Polly, shows her around, and explains her bottle routine and preference for breast milk over formula. Polly asks, "No formula?" and Caitlin replies it's just sugar and doesn't give it to Josie. While Polly cares for Josie, Caitlin goes upstairs to wash up and take her medication. Later, as Polly prepares to leave, Caitlin invites her for dinner. During the meal, Caitlin argues with Emma, and Polly gently suggests giving Emma some space. Caitlin sighs, saying Emma has always been stubborn, even as a baby. Polly's phone buzzes, and Caitlin says not to let her keep Polly, but Polly explains it's just a girl she's talking to. Caitlin smiles and asks if Polly likes her. Polly shrugs, unsure of her feelings for the girl she's been texting. Caitlin shares that she dated a woman before Miguel and tries to change the subject by commenting on her dress. Polly says she likes it, so Caitlin offers it to her and starts looking for scissors to cut off the tag. Polly notices Caitlin's pill bottle on the counter. Next morning, Miguel wakes Caitlin with a kiss, but she's not in the mood and asks him to take Emma to basketball since she has a community stop sign meeting. He's busy, so Caitlin asks Polly to take Emma. After the game, Polly surprises Emma with cupcakes and makes her promise not to tell the parents. She even shares some frosting with Josie. Emma complains about the sugar, but Polly says it's fine and shares she used to eat her mom's cupcakes before she passed away, after which Polly had to eat tuna from a can. Back home, Polly plays with Josie while Miguel watches. That afternoon, Caitlin prepares dinner for her friend Stuart and his girlfriend Bethany. Miguel is skeptical about her cooking, but Caitlin insists she can do it. Polly sneaks in, quietly pours something into the sauce, then warns Caitlin it's burning. During dinner, Caitlin and Stuart discuss the stop sign. Stuart asks Polly where she's from. She replies, Boyle Heights, explaining it's affordable. She asks him, he's from Silver Lake. Polly adds she's planning to leave LA since it's too expensive. Emma soon finishes eating, and Polly goes to spend time with her. The next morning, Caitlin feels nauseous and vomits. Soon, everyone except Polly, who avoided the sauce, gets food poisoning, and the kids are hospitalized. Caitlin confides in Polly about feeling like she can't do anything right, but Polly comforts her, saying sometimes things are out of our control. The children are discharged the next day. Caitlin asks Miguel if Polly should move in, and he agrees, believing it would make things easier since Caitlin struggled after Emma's birth. Caitlin shows Polly the guest quarters, a small space with a bed, kitchenette, and bathroom, which Miguel originally wanted for his parents, but they didn't like the US. Later, Miguel introduces Polly to his parents on video call as their new nanny. An hour later, Miguel and Caitlin drop Emma at school. Back home, Polly doesn't pick up Josie despite her crying. That night, Caitlin swims. Polly surprises her by joining and asks if she can put Emma to bed since it's late. Caitlin complains of neck tension, and Polly helps relieve it. The next day, Miguel makes a baby chair while Caitlin finds a formula container in the trash. She confronts Polly, who admits she gave Josie formula as she struggled with breast milk, claiming Caitlin never said she couldn't. Caitlin is left questioning herself. After a jog, Caitlin sees Miguel talking with Polly and her friend Amelia. They invite Caitlin, but she politely refuses. That night, feeling neck strain, Caitlin looks for help, but finds Polly and Amelia together, which leaves her confused. The next day, Polly cuts Emma's hair and explains Olivia is her little sister. Caitlin emerges for coffee and notices her hand shaking. Later at the park, Emma asks Polly about depression. Polly tells her it means feeling very sad and not liking yourself, but adds that Caitlin isn't depressed. She's angry because she's pretending to be someone else. Emma asks who her mom really is. Meanwhile, Caitlin calls her doctor, admitting she's been on edge and is told to have her dosage. She accidentally cuts her finger, raising her stress. That afternoon, Emma tells her parents she wants a wife, not a husband, when she grows up. Caitlin gets upset and confronts Polly, who says Emma had asked about relationships, so she explained different marriage types. Caitlin disagrees, but Miguel reminds her Emma is growing up. He asks when Caitlin realized she's bisexual, but she refuses to discuss it. Caitlin eventually accepts and kisses Miguel, imitating what she saw Polly do with Amelia. Unbeknownst to them, Polly has been secretly refilling Caitlin's pills with something else. At the New Year's Eve Park Festival, the family watches fireworks. Back home, Caitlin sees Polly wearing her dress. Suddenly, Emma screams, "Crackers are going off upstairs." Caitlin demands Emma reveal where she got them. Polly admits she bought them for Emma, so Caitlin lashes out, accusing Polly of acting intentionally and demanding she leave, despite Emma confessing it was her idea. Later, Miguel tells Caitlin she was too harsh. Polly only bought the crackers to make Emma happy and couldn't have predicted she'd light them inside. Miguel gently tells Caitlin that she's spiraling again and he can't help if she won't consider that she might be wrong. After getting Polly's motel details from Miguel, Caitlin visits, apologizes, and admits her past issues sometimes make her spiral. Polly hugs her. The next day, the stop sign is installed. Caitlin updates Stuart, who suggests checking Polly's background. Caitlin defends her, but Stuart insists on verifying. Later, Polly finds Stuart in her room and asks him to leave. Stuart goes home, digs through Polly's trash, and collects DNA samples for a test. Meanwhile, Caitlin tries calling Rosanna but gets voicemail. She searches online for Rosanna's number and later finds her at the recreation center. Caitlin asks about Polly, and Rosanna expresses concern, saying Polly hasn't answered calls lately. Caitlin mentions Polly's risky behavior with her kids. Rosanna explains Polly's behavior could be erratic if she's using substances and admits she met Polly through AA, not as a nanny for her kids. Rosanna says Polly's been through a lot, including living in her car and abuse from her boyfriend. Caitlin is convinced Polly is lying. Stuart urgently asks Caitlin to call him. At home, Caitlin tells Miguel about Polly's deception, but he's upset she neglected the baby while investigating. Stuart meets Polly, revealing her real name is Rebecca and that both grew up in San Bernardino. He recounts how Polly's family died in a fire when she was 7, and Caitlin was sent away afterward. Polly claims Caitlin killed her family, but Stuart suggests something happened to Caitlin before the fire and pushes Polly to confess to Caitlin. Polly leaves for the restroom, then kills Stuart and takes the evidence. Bethany informs Caitlin of Stuart's attack, so Caitlin rushes to the hospital and tells police Polly might be involved, but they dismiss her. At home, she demands Polly leave. When Polly refuses, Caitlin tries packing her things, catches Emma with Polly, and accidentally hits Emma in the struggle. A week later, Caitlin's lawyer says moving out was right, but Polly still helps Miguel with the kids. Caitlin learns her pills were substituted with ones that cause anxiety. At Emma's game, Caitlin tells Emma she's been too strict out of concern. Emma shows Caitlin a newspaper clipping from Polly's room, revealing Polly's real identity and orphan past. Realizing Polly's motives, Caitlin returns home, calls Polly Rebecca, apologizes, and admits she started the fire because Polly's father tried to assault her, though Polly denies it and attacks Caitlin. Caitlin escapes with Josie as Polly tries to break the car window. Then Emma and Miguel arrive. Caitlin drives off, causing Polly's death, and mourns her. Even afterwards, Emma shares Polly's stories and gestures with Josie, keeping her memory alive.